Okay. Welcome, everyone. I'm a few minutes early. Give me just a second. I had the cleaning lady here, and I had to wait for her to leave so I could get all my stuff together. There we go. Hopefully, there's some light in here. Let me get the chat opened up and come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started probably in about we'll go about 5 minutes. So let me go ahead and open up the chat. There we go. And let's see. That should be good. All right. Are we what? Now we're working. Okie doke. We are good. We are ready to get started. And my husband went swimming. So he's gone out of my hair. The dog is hiding because the cleaning lady was here. She went in her crate. I let her out, and now she's still kind of spooked. But you know what? It's all good. Okay, I am going to, let me think. What am I going to do? I need to, well, we're going to be adjusting. Oops, as I'm dropping stuff. Okay, we're going to be making some adjustments. Hopefully it's not too dark in here. I've got lights on. I don't like to open these things because I think it just kind of looks like it's going to rain today. I don't think it really helps, but anyways, all right. So welcome everybody. We will get started here shortly. It is 11:58. Let me get my phone opened up so to make sure I am on live. And we are streaming to my Shall We Stamp Facebook page as well as YouTube. So welcome everyone. And if you are new to my channels, if you're on Facebook, make sure that you like and share. I would greatly appreciate that. And if you are joining on YouTube and it's your first time, make sure that you click the bell. Subscribe first, and then click that bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video, which typically is once a week, sometimes twice, depending on where our Fundamental Friday and Creation Anticipation, which is a sketch class between those two. And we'll see what happens. So that's what you need to do. Let me go ahead and introduce myself while we're still waiting for folks to come on. And I'm going to sign into my Facebook page and make sure that everything is hunky-dory. For those of you who do not know me, I am Dawn Duvall. I live in Fort Myers, Florida. And I am a demonstrator with Stampin Up, and it will, it's 14 and a half, it'll be 15 years in February. I cannot believe it. But anyway, so 15 years coming up. I live in Fort Myers, Florida. I'm originally from Virginia Beach, and then we moved to the Villages, lived there for 10 years before we moved here, and we've been in this Fort Myers community for about 3 years. So welcome, 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 everyone. All right, and I am live, so that's a good thing. Everything's all good. That's wonderful. And we are, hi, Shar, how are you from Wisconsin? And we'll get started shortly. We're going to do a new twisty kind of fun fold card, and it's going to be holiday related. You know, I feel like we're in October, but if we don't start holiday cards, you know, we're going to be in for hurting. And I'm going to be doing a bazaar. When I lived in the Villages, I did classes twice a month in 2 of the rec centers. And my classes ran in-person classes, and they ran anywhere from 15 to 20 people. And it was a lot of work, but I really enjoyed it. And I did a lot of the craft fairs that they had there. And then when we moved here to Fort Myers, we have what they call a holiday bazaar in our community, and they hold it at the church. And I've not done it before, and I've had several people approach me and say, why aren't you, selling your cards at the bazaar? Because I do classes. I do once a month classes in person for some of the residents. And I thought, I don't know. So this year I decided to join, and now I'm thinking, oh my, we're going out of town for a week and a half in October. So I thought, I have cards available, but I don't have a lot of Christmas stuff. Thought I need to get my act together because I got Christmas cards to make. I want to make gift bags. I got some wine holder things. I'm not sure if I'm going to make those, but I want to create some little candy little candy reindeer type things and all that stuff. So I've got my work cut out for me. So anyways, all right. Welcome, Linda. How are you? And Jane, welcome everyone. I appreciate you being here. My schedule has been a little weird. I've had to move things around, and I looked at my schedule yesterday and I didn't have anything on my calendar. And I thought, oh, good. That's all day I can get on my social media and stuff scheduled for October and some other things. And then for some reason, I got a notification from the application that I use to do my scheduling about a schedule going out. And I thought, opened it up, and it said fundamental Friday tomorrow. And I went, what? So I was kind of scrambling at the last minute last night, but that's okay. It was easy because I'd already done a card, and I thought, well, I'll just use that card because I don't think I've done this one with you all. So if I have, then you get to see it again. So anyways, all right, it's 12:02. So I know this year has gone by so fast. I'm telling you, I know it is time to start doing Christmas because it's going to be here before we know it. Because, next month, October, we got Halloween, right? I don't know if y'all saw it. Sorry, I've got a mint in my mouth. But there's still a lot of things. If you decorate your house and all that other stuff, you've got things to do. And then before you know it, it's going to be here. It's going to be time to be mailing out Christmas cards. And you don't have December. You need to get it done in November, right? So you can get them out in the mail in time. Or holiday cards, I should say, because not, whatever. So there's a lot to do. And I send birthday cards out every month. And so if you're not on my birthday list, just send me an email and I'll put you on there. Just or message me with the month and date of your birthday, and I'll send you a birthday card with your address. But anyway, so I send out birthday cards every month. So that's the other thing I've got to get done this weekend is get all my birthday cards for the month of October done, because I do them for customers and family and friends. We have neighbors that I do for and all that other mess. So anyways, all right, let's go ahead and we're going to get started, because those of you that are here on time, thank you so much. And then those that come on a little bit late, they can, if they miss something, then they can just come back and watch the replay. So give me a second. I'm going to flip my camera down. Hopefully I don't do this. I didn't get this positioned because I ran out of time. So bear with me a minute. You're going to see my catalog. Let me flip it around so it's the right direction. And hang on a minute. I want to make sure I get everything in here. I think we're good. Let me move my computer out of the way. Okay. I'm seeing it on my phone. I think that looks good. I think we got some good lighting. All right. So hopefully you have a catalog. If you don't and you're not working with the demonstrator, let me know and I'll be more than happy to send you one. If you are working with a demonstrator, you need to reach out to them and ask them to send you one. So I thought today we'd use this North Pole delivery. It's called Jolly Delivery Stamp Set. And it's a suite. If you choose to purchase a suite. And this is in the holiday catalog on page 28 and 29. I just love, of course, I'm an animal lover, right? So this speaks to me with the dogs and the bears and the cats and everything else. So I knew I had to have, I knew I needed to have all this. So anyways, we're going to create a twisty fun fold card, but it's so cute because it's got the bear. We're going to use this bear today. He's going to help us close our card, and I'll show you what we're going to make here in just a second. But these are everything that's included. Now, you don't need to purchase the suite. The suite, if you do, it's $88, which really is an inexpensive suite compared to some of them. And it comes with the dies, the embellishments that coordinate. It comes with the white, I think this ribbon, yeah, this is the fluffy ribbon. I have it, but I haven't used it just yet. And then there's all of the designer paper, which is actually really pretty paper. Look at, and it's wonderful colors. All right. So you see there you go. You can see the paper. So that's pretty. And, so we're going to go ahead and work with this. And then here's some other ideas that they've done with it. I wanted to use the mailbox, but I really didn't have time to really think about that. So, but here's some of the things that you can see. And the catalog gives you some great inspiration on what you can do. So page 28 and 29 in the holiday catalog for your information. And just a reminder, just to let you know, Stampin' Up, and I'm sure that you've been hearing about it because everybody's talking about it. They are running a join special in October. First time I've ever seen this in my 15 years. You can get $125. Normally, it's $99 to join, and you get to choose $125 of product. This year, they're doing it that way. They're doing, if you want $125 in product, you can purchase it for $35 plus ship plus tax. Or you can do $189 for the 99. My recommendation would be, here's what I recommend, that you do the $35 order because everybody can afford that. You get to choose $125 of product. Then you place another order. Let's say you want that 89, so it's 60, what, 60 some dollars. Place another order, and then you're going to get a 20% discount off of that. So, and then you're going to earn Stampin' Rewards. So that would be 10% of whatever you spend. So if you're not working with somebody and you would like to take advantage of the joint offer, I'd be more than happy to help you. I am going to schedule a Facebook Live early next week where I can answer questions or give you all of the information on. If you want to, you don't have to do this and do classes like a lot of us do. I would tell you that 98% of, really 99% of my team do it to get the discount. I have one lady that is a team builder like myself, and she does classes and all that, but everybody else does it just to get the discount. So think about that. $35, that's not much at all, considering you're going to get $125 in product. And then you will get that 20% discount through March of next year. And then I can go over all that. But stay tuned. I'm going to do a live where I'll give you all of that more in-depth information. And then we can ask questions and I'll answer those and all that good stuff. So, all right. So this is the card that we're going to be making. Now, this is what's called a twist trifold. And I found a sample that, not a sample, but I found a picture, and the demonstrator that I copied this from is Sue Stampfield, and you all are probably aware of her. So this is how it works. Now, I set mine to open like this in more of the landscape mode, but you can turn it if you choose and put your sentiment this way and have it in more of a portrait idea, whichever you want. I did mine this way. So now when you open it, that's what it looks like. Isn't that cute? Look at it. Whoop, it twists, twist, and open. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to give you all of the measurements, and we're going to make a new card. Okay? So that's the card we're going to make, but we're going to do it a little differently. Let me move my cord out of the way. There we go. All right, and let's see. Give me one more second because I know I'll need to clean. I'm going to spray my stamp pad or ink, the cleaner, so we have it all ready to go. We're not really going to be doing a whole lot of stamping, but we are going to do some cutting. So I'm going to lay that right there, and it's going to be a little bit. It's kind of, I need something to hold it down, but that's okay. It'll work. All right, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I've got everything cut. And I'll give you the measurements in just a second. Okay. And then now let me show you the the stamps and the die, which you did see in the catalog. So the stamps are photopolymer, and there's 16 in the set. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentiments, and then 9 animals, right? 9 pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, because you got the paw prints. Isn't that cute? So we're going to use this guy right here, the bear. He's going to be our closing. He's going to take place of where we have from the North Pole. This is from one of our, what are they called? The ephemera packs that I had on hand. All right, so there's that. And then here are the dies. And this makes a box die. It also cuts a box. So just to let you know, I have them in these folders. There's 13 dies that come with it. So this will make an envelope box, if you will. And then you've got some other things that you can cut out for like closures. You have the dog, you have dies for the dog, the bear, this guy, and this dog. So you have for the 4 animals, you have dies. There's a mailbox die. There's these 4 little dies for these little envelopes right there for the cards. So there are 13 dies in there, and it's, if you get the suite, it's $88. The I didn't even look to see what the cost of just the bundle is going to be. The bundle itself is $54. So, but if you want to get the fluffy trim and the deer dots, which DEAR, dots is, that's where you'd be better off just to go ahead and get the bundle, because then it comes with paper and all that good stuff. So, okay. All right. So here we go. You need to have 2 pieces of coordinating your same cardstock at 4 inches by 10 1/4. Okay. So they're cut 4 by 10 1/4, and then we're going to score them both in at 5 1/2. So I went ahead and already cut and scored these. So let's fold it, and we'll go ahead. So you're going to score it at 5 1/2, and I'm going to bring this over here and give it a good burnish, and we'll do the same thing on this one. I'm going to flip them over just to make sure we get so that it lays flat. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, now, once we do this, what will happen is we're going to take this piece here, and that's what we're going to lay over that to create our actual card, okay? So this piece will go in here. That's going to close. I'm sorry. It's going to go like this. I lied. No, I didn't. This is right. Because then when we fold everything, that's going to line up there, and then these guys are going to fold, okay? All right, so the first thing we need to do, we're going to come in with our paper trimmer. We're not going to trim, but we're going to do a score. And actually, yeah, I should be able to score. First thing we're going to do, let me get my pencil. We are going to come over and to the 4-inch mark. And we are going to, you know what, hang on. I got to make sure I got this right now, the 4-inch mark. Okay, it's going to be on, I'm making sure I got my right. Oh, yeah, on the shorter side. Okay, so on the shorter side, we're going to make a 4-inch mark. So we're going to pull that into 4 inches. And we're going to make a little tick mark. I'm going to draw it with my, on where the score line is. I'm going to make a little mark right there with my pencil, okay? And you're not going to really, we can erase that. All right, and we're going to do that on both of these. So we're going to turn this one, and we're going to do it again. It's going to be on the shorter side. So we're going to line it up at the 4 inches. And we are going to take, and let me get it lined up to the 4. Again, I'm going to make a little mark right there. Okay. Actually, yeah, that'll work. Okay. And then we're going to score down at an angle. So we're going to take from that score mark and come down to the corner. All right. And that's how we're going to make our fold. So we want to keep our trimmer out of the way. And if you have the scoring tool itself, that will work as well. So I'm going to shut this. Now I've got my mark right up here, right there in the cutting track. Got it right in the middle. And then my point is down here. So I'm going to take and go from that down to the corner. I must score this. I'm going to do it a couple of times to make sure, because this is what we're going to be folding back. Okay. And I want to make sure. All right, hang on. My scoring blade. Yeah, let's do this again. It didn't feel like it was making a mark. Hang on a minute. Nope. My scoring blade. Hang on a minute. My scoring blade is not. There we go. It wasn't in the track all the way. I could feel that it wasn't there. Okay, let's try this one more time. All right, we got the mark up there, and we got our point down at the center. Now we're there. Now we can feel it. Now we're going to do our score. Okay, so there's our score. So this is going to be the left side of our card. Now we're going to do this one. I'm going to do it the same way, but then when we flip it over, it's going to go that way. So we'll just flip it. We'll cut this. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. Let's go ahead and mark it at the 4 inches because that'll be easier. And then we'll turn it around. All right. So we're going to mark it at the 4 inches. Oh, I already did that, didn't I? I marked it at the 4 right there, right? Okay, so now we're going to come down. We're going to do the same thing. And we are going to, actually, we're going to do it this way. I'm going to go up this way. It probably doesn't matter because it's going to fold either way. All right, so we're going to line this up. There's my mark right there. So I'm going to get that in my track and get my point right there. And I think we're good. I want to make sure I get my point down there. All right, I think we're good. So again, we're going to score this one to the corner at a diagonal. All right. Okay. So that's all we have to do right now with our trimmer / scoring board. Now we're going to fold these. Okay. So this one, I'm going to go ahead and erase that right there so we don't have that on there. And we'll erase this one so we don't see it. I probably made it kind of darker, but that's all right. Okay, so this one we're going to score, we're going to fold it back against the, and see that I did a good thing there because it actually went pretty well folded. All right, so that's going to go, well, actually, hang on a minute. It's a little bit off because I could felt it over the edge. So give me 1 minute. I'm going to flip it this way. I'm going to kind of force it back. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to force it because I don't want that to go off the page. That's what it's doing. So I'm going to hold this and give it a good burnish right there because that's a little bit off the page. And it might be okay, but you know how that goes, right? So let's just burnish it one more time. There we go. All right, so there's one. All right, so that's one there. That's going to go, that'll be our left side. We'll leave that. And then this one, we're going to fold. And I want to make sure, again, this one is even. So I'm going to give it a good press there. And then we're going to flip this one back. So this will be on the right side. Okay, so that one's going to fold like that. That one's going to fold. Now what we're going to do is then we're going to glue these two together. So we've got that piece in here, this piece right in there, and that's how we're going to put it together. Now you can make your card portrait. I'm going to keep mine in the horizontal mode, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add my glue to the inside. So we're going to go ahead and get that on here. And you know what? Let's do seal because it's going to, we don't want it to move. So let's just go ahead and do the seal. It's going to cover the inside, so we'll be good. Just have to make sure that I get this placed in there before we lay it down. All right, so we're going to line this up right to the score line, and we're going to place this down, and that should take care of that. And that's why we use those two pieces so that we could get, so that way we've got it nice and burnished. Okay, there we go. So there's why we needed those two pieces, because this is going to be a little bit bigger than what we have in cardstock. All right, so there's the base. Okay, so now we're going to take, you're going to need a piece of, let me give you all the stuff here. And actually, I'll put that right there. So if y'all want to, I don't know if you can see that, but you can take a picture of it or whatever. Okay, so we're going to come on. We need a piece of basic white. That is 3 3/4. So it's 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And we're going to cut this on the diagonal. So we need our paper trimmer again. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to move that out of the way. So we need 3 3/4 square. So we're going to put that in the paper trimmer. And this is going to go behind our designer series paper. So I'm going to get my blade inside the trimmer. And then we're going to cut that. All right. So these we're going to hold and put off to the side for just a second. Then you need a piece of your designer paper. So whatever paper you want to use. And this is going to be 3.5 inches, right? So it's a 1/4 inch shorter than the white because we're going to place that on the white. And again, this one, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut it at an angle. And this really is an easy card. So we're going to cut this at the angle. So put that in your paper trimmer and cut. Okay, so now we have our 2 pieces to go on our white pieces. And then we need 2 strips that we're going to use for the side. If you see right here, we are going to use 2 strips of paper right here. I'm just taking and using the reverse side of my pattern paper. So on this particular paper, these are going to be my side pieces right here. And these are, you're going to do 2 of them at 5/8 of an inch by 3 7/8. Okay, so 3 7/8 is going to be 2 of those lines on your trimmer short of 4 inches. So 2 lines, look at 4 inches and go back 2 lines. That's 3 7/8. So you need 2 of those, and they're each at 5/8, which is 2 over a half. Okay, I know you didn't know stamping was going to be a math class, did you? Okay. All right. So that's going to be our side pieces right there. And then let's see what else. I think that's it. Oh, and then you need a white piece for the inside of your card. And then whatever you're going to do for your sentiment, you'll need that as well. Okay. All right. So we're going to use the bear. Let me move this out of the way. And let's go ahead and put this together, and then we'll color the bear in just a minute. So I've got my 2 triangle pieces. So I'm going to add a piece of the designer paper to one of my white triangles, and we're going to do that to both of them, and then we'll attach that to the card. Okay. So let's do that. I just love this design. It's just a fun, I like fun cards. And I know, yeah, I don't know. I just like fun cards. Okay. Life, I guess it's just because everything's crazy and I like things to be fun. All right, so let's lay that down on here. It's going to give us a little bit like an 1/8 of an inch, if not even an 1/8, probably a 1/16 of an inch. And then with the your liquid glue, it gives you a little bit of time to shift it around to get it to where it looks nice and even. All right, so there's one of our corners. And then we'll do the same thing on this one. So we might be done a little early today, you guys. So that'll be a good thing, because I know I always tell you an hour, and then sometimes I talk too much. Can you imagine? Do you know, let me tell you a story. Would you believe that I would get in trouble in high school for talking too much? I did. And my mother, apparently she was, when she was younger, she had the nickname of Gabby. So I think I obviously got that chatter from my mom. I talk to anybody and everybody. It drives my husband crazy, because I talk to strangers and he goes, "Why do you do that?" I go, "Because you never know what kind of day somebody's having, and they might need my day." Right. Okay. So here's how, we're probably going to do it this way, because they're going to fold down. Right. So that way, when it's closed, I'll have my picture, in order, if I'm not mistaken. I think that should be right. All right. So let's go ahead and, add our white piece to the inside. I don't think I'm going to stamp anything in it. Let's see, because we are going to do a stamp. Well, we could stamp the little mailbox, since we have mail here. Maybe we'll do that. Let me pull that out. Let's do that. We'll stamp the mailbox just because we can. Or we could stamp, yeah, let's do the mailbox. Why not? I know they'll probably go, "Why is she putting a mailbox in the card?" Just because we're sending them mail. So let's do that. Let's send, I guess we should stamp the mailbox red, huh? What do you think? Red mailbox? Let me find my real red. It's right up here. Sorry for me grabbing across the camera. I didn't think I was going to do this. So anyways, all right, we're going to stamp this mailbox right at the bottom. Let's do that. We'll put that right there. And I think we'll stamp the front of the envelope. That gives it a little something. And let's go ahead, since we have that out, let's go ahead and stamp our envelope. The mailman's going to appreciate this, won't he? Or her? And let's do it on the left side of our envelope. There we go. Okay. Now we'll put that away. And we'll go ahead and attach that to our inside of our card. Let me move my envelope over there. All right, let's go ahead and get this laid down. And that is 5. Uh-oh. I think this is bigger. Oh, let me cut that down. Sorry about that. I think I pulled a piece out that was bigger than it should have been. Yeah, let's make, oh yeah, it's 4 1/4. Let's make this, I'm going to make it 3 7/8 just to be on the safe side. Sorry about that. That might need 5. I think we should be good. Let's try it. If I can get it up. Okay, let's see. Sometimes you got to trim it. Yeah, there we go. I just had to trim a little bit off. Okay, so we're going to put that right here. Go ahead and get my glue again. And you can see my cord over here. I was trying to get this. Let me put this back in here in case somebody's just joining us so they can see what we're doing. All right, we're making a twisty fold card. And it is very simple. It won't take you that long. So once you get everything cut, you really could do this pretty quickly. All right, so we're going to put that there. And we got that on there. So that gives us plenty of room to write our message. All right, now we're going to take and we're going to put our corners, which obviously, well, that's okay. It'll work. This one's going to go like, okay, so top, you know what? I have a feeling, oh, I should have waited before I did that. I could have turned it around. So our, oh, no, I think that'll work. That'd be fine. Let me turn it back because that's upside down. I was thinking about the pictures here. Hold on. Our envelopes, our package. That's fine. It'll work. Actually, we could turn the card and do it this way. That way our paper, let's do it that way. I'm changing my mind now. All right, let's add these on because that way the paper will be right side up. So we're going to change it into, instead of landscape, we're going to make it into a portrait. So we're going to add some adhesive to the back of our corners. And we're going to add the corner right on the cardstock where we folded it. So that's going to go in there and it's going to have a little bit of a border. And then we're going to do the same on this one. Okay. See, it goes together pretty fast. Just depends on, all right, let's do that. So this one's going to go here. We've already got that one folded. So let's do that. Don't you look? Isn't this cute? This is just, it looks like such a cute set. This is the first time I'm using it. All right, so that's going to go there. So if we did it like that, do you see how our image is going that way? So I think we're going to turn it and we'll do it this way. All right, so here's where we're going to put these 2 strips that we cut. We're going to put them right here. And again, those are 5/8 by 3 and what did I say, 7/8? Yeah, 3 7/8. So let's go ahead and add these. Whoops, we don't want to do that. So this is I'm going to do the back side and put our adhesive on that. And that's going to go right here. So it fits perfectly. We'll get that right there. So it's not too much of where it doesn't clash, right? All right. And then we'll do this one the same. Now I'm going to flip it around just because I'm right-handed. And it doesn't matter because this is not a pattern per se outside of its squares, right? All right, so there's that. Okay, so this will be the top of our card. Make sure my envelopes are going in the right direction. Yeah, they are. You can see the letters here. Can you see that? Pull it up so you all see. So this is kind of going that way. I think it just makes more sense, which is fine. So when we open it, oh, except for look what I did. I put the mailbox in the wrong spot. So we're going to fix that. We'll just put another piece over top and I'll stamp it on this end. So let me do that. So make sure before you glue your inside piece down, make sure you know which side you're going to put, if it's going to be in a portrait or landscape. Okay, so I'm just going to put him down here in the right-hand corner, which is fine. And just have an extra piece of cardstock in there. It won't add that much more to the mailing process. You'll be fine. I have an Etsy store and I sell my retired stamps and dies and all that. And then I have one set up for my all the cards that I make. I sell those as well. And I just realized I think I needed to cut this one down. I did. Hang on a minute. For some reason, I must have cut these bigger than what I was thinking. Let me cut this down. Don't ask me why. I think, oh, I know what I was doing. I was cutting a whole bunch and not paying attention, I think. All right, we're just going to cut it. I'll get glue on the thing, but that's all right. We'll clean it off. That's what what's that stuff I have? Goo Gone comes in very handy. I use that almost every day because I get glue on my trimmer, on my glass mat. I get glue all over the place. Okay, so we're going to make this portrait. So I'm going to put this right here, and you won't even know the difference that we have 2 pieces of cardstock there. There we go. All right. So then when we close it, that's how our card's going to look, and then it will open this way, right? All right. So now I cut out the bear, and we're going to do some coloring. So I'm going to bring in, let's see, we want some, since we're using real red, let's do real red. I didn't pull these out yet. We're going to do real red and, let's see, we don't have any garden greens. So let's do, what color do we want to do? I really don't want mossy meadow. Let's do granny. I like granny apple. Let's do green. Do we want green? Oh, do I need green? No, let's not do green. We're not going to do green. I'm going to leave the bear white. I'm going to color his nose, but I'm going to leave him like he's a polar bear. He's not a brown bear. So I'm going to leave him white. So we need to have a little bit of black for his nose. And then let's see, what other color packages do we want? We've got that color, which is probably Pool Party. So let's pull out the Pool Party. We'll do dark for that. And then what other color? We could color a package green, I guess. What do you think? Well, we got the ribbons. And I know, isn't this the hard part where you got to figure out what colors you want to use? Hey, Karen. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's think about that. Let's see. We've got the red. We've got black for his nose. We've got some blue. Oh, I don't know. Let's go with, what's another? Oh, you know what? We could do cherry cobbler. Let's try about cherry cobbler. That might look pretty. I don't know. We'll see. We'll color a package. All right. So let me just do his little nose. And so I'm going to leave him a white bear. So I'm not going to really do much. I may put a little bit of shading with some gray down by his belly. So let's try, do we want, I think, let me see what gray, gray granite does. Let me see. Hang on a second. Let me get a piece of paper as far as my gray. Or should I do, hang on, I'm talking to myself. Or do we want smoky slate? I think I'm going to go with the gray granite, just to give it a little bit of undertone, just in this area here, just like a shadow. I'm just going to come in and just do a little bit of shadow on his belly area and down his feet. I'll just kind of do like that. I probably just screwed this thing up, but let's see. And we could have a little bit of gray coming down here around his legs. Let's see what it looks like. I cut 2 out just in case I decided to do something like this that's kind of goofy. So I am prepared. And we could do, I think that'll be fine. And we'll just do a little bit right here on the rough area. Oh, got to do his other leg, don't we? Otherwise it is going to look goofy. Let's see. We'll color him and see what that looks like. If it looks funny, then we'll take it off. But we need to have some shadowing over here. So let's just go ahead and bring it down. Do a little shadow. And again, this is gray granite. So we'll just go all around his head just to give him some shadow. It might help. It may not help. If we don't like it, we'll just put the other one on here. I think that, yeah, kind of helps the white keep grounded. So, all right, that's gray granite light, just to let you know. All right, let's do some cherry. Let's do cherry cobbler for coloring. Let's do the light, because I think the dark's going to be too dark. So let's do this. Whoops. Now, I don't know. Do y'all ever have that happen when you open these up? When I don't use them for any length of time, they tend to kind of get stuck in there. So you just have to pull it apart and work really hard at it. All right, let's color this box. We'll do this one, cherry cobbler. And I'm just going to come around, try to stay in my lines and not have it bleed over. And we'll just color this one Cherry Cobbler, because he's bringing all the packages. All right, so we'll just give it a quick color. And try to get that. I'm just trying to do light, short light until I can get up here. And if I leave some little white openings, that's fine, because it'll just make it look like the package. But I think I like it covered up more. All right, so there's our red. All right, that's Cherry Cobbler. I don't know if we'll use our red. I think we're going to let's do dark pool party, and then we'll use the red on the inside for the bow. So we'll do this one, pool party. That kind of makes it look like it's cold, doesn't it? All right, so we're just going to color these in. Y'all can color your packages, whatever package color you want, right? Okay. That makes it look cold, doesn't it? Okay, now we'll come in. Let's come in with some real red, and we'll see. For his, oh, you know what? We should do a green. No. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Hang on. Let's try, what do you think about if we did Summer Splash or Shaded Summer Splash? I think that might look pretty. Let's see. We'll put a little dot. Oh, yeah, that's a little bit darker. Let's do Summer Splash. There we go. That kind of coordinates. That's cute. Okay. I don't use that as much. And now that it's getting fall, we're not using our nice bright colors. Okay, so Cherry Cobbler. That was a good color. Okay, so now we've got to make sure we get our card right? So we're going to open it in this direction. So we're going to put the bear on. We're going to put him on like that. But I'm going to attach him with dimensionals only on this part of his body, because he's going to use that to hold our flap. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment. So let me go ahead and get that stamp, because we're going to have to cut that down. And I think I'm going to do the stamp. It's a little crooked, so hold on. I think I'm going to do it in black. Hang on a minute. Let me get it on here. Oh, you know what? It looks crooked because it is kind of crooked. There we go. Special delivery. So we're going to put that on here, and we're going to pop that up on dimensionals as well. So I'm going to use the black, Memento black ink, and we'll stamp that on here. And obviously it's going to have to get cut down. So let's do that. And then we'll trim it. Look at this. Can you see? I wear my ink. All right. So we're going to stamp that right here. Whoops, that's upside down, isn't it? Not that it matters. I can flip it around. But let's stamp it, and then we'll trim. So hopefully I got it straight. That's a little crooked, but you know what? Let's try that again. It might be me. It might be the stamp on here crooked. Who knows? Especially when you're trying to see. So give me just a minute here. Let's try that one more time. I'm going to do it in front of me so I can see, which will probably be helpful. Yeah, I think that'll make a difference. Let's see. I'm putting my head in here. Oh, yeah, that's much better. Okay. We got that done. Let me get my paper snips, and we're going to cut this guy off, and I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet. So let's just trim that down, and we'll cut that there. I might want to trim that. This might be a little bit too big, but we'll see. Let's get the bear on here first. Hang on. I got to wipe my hands so I don't get black ink all over Mr. Bear. Let me wipe them off on my pad. Okay. All right. So let's bring him back up here and put some dimensionals on his back side. So we're going to put some right here. I'm going to put two big ones, and I'm going to put a couple of little ones like on his foot. And let's see, we'll put one down here. All right, let's see exactly if we need to add some more. So hold on, I'm going to put him, I want him to be just about like that. So I actually could add one down. Let's put one down at the bottom, because you got to be careful with it being angled, right? So we don't want to put the adhesive on there, and then it's not going to stick because we've got it stuck to, yeah, I think we're good. Actually, I'm going to put a little one. We'll put one right here. I think we'll be good. Let's peel those off. Do you not isn't this a cute set? What do y'all think? I don't own those markers as I don't color. What do you mean you don't color, Karen? What's wrong with you? I'm just joking. What, you don't color at all? Did you not color in coloring books when you were younger? That is one thing I did do when I was younger. We used to have coloring contests. I always lost because I never stayed inside the lines. Imagine that. All right. So we're going to place the bear. I'm going to put him right about here. Make sure that I'm not going to push it down yet because I just want to make sure he's not going to hold up. Yeah. And I think he'll hold that down. Might need some help, but that's all right. We'll move it. Let's see if we can move it over just a little bit. We can pop it up. Yeah, let's go over just a little bit more. Hang on a minute. Hold on. I'm going to pull up my dimensional pieces. There we go. All right, I'm going to get his legs right about there. That's going to help. Yeah, that'll be perfect. That gets him more centered to hold it down. All right, so there's the bear. And then I think what we'll do is I'm going to trim this down. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer because I can't seem to cut anything straight. And I'm afraid that if I do it, I'm probably going to mess it up. But I want to try to get it a little bit shorter or smaller. And let's see if that might be too short. Hang on. All right, I'm going to try it. And maybe we'll cut the ends at an angle, or one of the ends. We could put some ribbon around it. There we go. And we'll cut this one a little bit straighter. There we go. All right. Should we put anything behind the sentiment or just leave it white? I'm thinking white because the paper, I mean, it's kind of busy. So what we could do, actually, we could put that on the bear. What do y'all think about that? Popping that up on the bear. What do you think? You don't color either, Carol? Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, it's probably better that you don't, right? Then you don't have, then you've got, it's time consuming, isn't it? All right, my mailbox named Happy Mail, right? Yep, that's exactly it. What do you think if I put that special delivery right here on the bear? Or should I put it up at the top? Why don't y'all give me a response? Which do you prefer? I think it might look, I mean, in my opinion, I could pop it up right there. We got a white space. And he's got a sign on him saying it's special delivery. What do y'all think? Oh, alcohol. Dabbing with the alcohol is good too. And you can watercolor too. All right. So what do you think? Should we put it there or bottom or top? All right. So I'm going to give it a minute for y'all to decide. Make a comment if you don't mind. Leave me a comment. Top, left, bottom. Just do top, bottom, or put bear, and we'll decide where we want to put our sentiment. I'm going to put dimensionals on him because I know I'm going to pop it up. I don't think I want to put paper behind it, but what we can do, I can go around it with the marker. I think I'll do that and give it a little bit of color without putting something underneath of it. So we'll do that. All right. So what do y'all think? I'm waiting for responses. The bear. Carol says the bear. We're going to put it on the bear. All right. Anybody else want the top? Let me show you again. We can do up here on the bear, or we can go down here. Which do you prefer? Either way is fine with me. And I think while we're waiting, I think I'm going to take the red, Real Red blend, and I'm just going to take and draw a line just on the out edges of the card, just to give it some red so it doesn't look so white. Now that might take away from us placing him on the bear. And if it does, then we'll stamp another one. But this might be pretty. All right, what do y'all think about that? Did I just mess that up? Did I screw it up? Put it on the bear. What, do you like the red on it, or should I have left it just plain white? What do y'all think? I think that I kind of liked it with just plain, but I think it gives it a little bit of pop to it. What do y'all think? Plain or with the red? I know you didn't know this was going to be a question and answer session, did you? Because I have another one here. I can cut it down. So all I have to do is cut it down and we can place it without the ink. What do y'all think? With the ink or without the ink? There's about a 15-second delay, just to let you all know. And I'm good with it either way. With or without the ink. Yep, with or without. We're going to put him on the bear. Do we want the red on it or do we want the sentiment plain? With the red. Here, we'll put this one on there without. That's too big, but you get my drift. Okay, so with or without. I kind of like it because it kind of does bring your eyes to the bear with the special delivery, but either way, what do y'all think? All right, we're going to give a couple more seconds for you all to reply if you choose to do so. If not, then guess what? My way goes. Karen says, put it on the bear. Karen's got little bear hugs and hearts. Oh, isn't that cute? Okay, one last chance. Sentiment with the red or without the red? All right, time's going. I think I'm going to do it with, because it makes it stand out. So y'all have just a minute to let me know before I pop this on here. All right, I think we're going to go. I think I'm going to leave it with the red. If not, I like the red. Okay. Anybody else? All right, we're going to go with the red. So we're going to put him right there because he's bringing special delivery. All right, there we go. Just like that. I think that looks good. Yeah, I like it like that with the red. All right, so there is our twisty fun fold. Here is the directions if you happen to come in late. Here they are. I'll put it right there. Actually, I'll bring it up to the camera in just a minute. So here is our card. So he's going to hold that down, and then we twist our card. Now you can twist it and have it open like that, or you could actually, if we could have left it with the paper that way and twisted it and had the card open like that. So whatever way you want to do that, right? So we could have left our paper with the mailbox there, except for it would have been upside down, right? So you could do it like that, or they can open it and see that the mailbox is this way. Probably, even though it's going like this, I would probably open it and have it go in the landscape mode. So then you want to put your mailbox down in the right-hand corner. But either way is fine. So I'll just send it like this, and they'll open it and they'll see that it's like that. All right, very easy card. So here's the directions if you want to take a snapshot, or you can come back and watch the video. I'll put that up where you can, hopefully you can read my handwriting. It looks like a very tough card, right? It looks like a difficult card, but it really isn't that hard to do. So there you go. Take a picture. You can come back and watch the video, watch the replay. All right, and then here's the other one. I'll give it just another second since you all are on a delay. Oh, the delay is really bad? Really? Oh, wow. Usually it's about 15 to 20 seconds. That's not good. And I'm here all alone, so there's nobody else in the house with me except for the dog. All right. And then here's the one that I did initially. So mine, I just used the plain, same paper from that suite. And then I opened it to go like this. And then it closes like that. So that was my closing point. And then this is the one that we did in the portrait mode. And then you just open it and the card is like that. Or you can have it where you open it and then your card goes like that for your message. Either way, whichever way works both for y'all is fine. All right, so there is our Fundamental Friday technique. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed these cards. I think this suite is just a cute, fun suite, especially if you have young children or grandchildren. They'll appreciate that kind of paper and stuff. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Friday afternoon to spend with me. Actually, we're 9 minutes early, so that's good. So have a great Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and I will see you Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube for our Tuesday card class. All right, everybody. Thanks again. If I could help you with anything, let me know. All right. Bye now.